Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? I'm back for this Monday, but three things I specifically want to talk about today are three deaths that have happened in my life. I suppose I'll just go by chronological order of their death. Um, the first one, the first death was of my friend Sarah's little brother. His name was CJ. CJ died when I was a senior in high school. So I graduated he died in 2007. He had Down syndrome and he died of leukemia. CJ was a really great kid. I used to see him a lot because I did drama with his sister. So she would always bring him to drama practice. And he taught me how to play the card game Bullshit. It was really fun. I really sucked at it. And he also used to like to dance on stage when we were taking breaks from practice, and he was so cute, and I miss him. He is one of the reasons why I took the word retarded out of my vocabulary. I can never imagine saying that now because I feel like whenever I say it, he hears it, and the last thing I want to do is make CJ upset. So he's affected me because of that, but he's also affected me because he died when he was 14. So that's really young, and it just made me feel like I really need to start appreciating the people around me and not just saying I love you and thank you at the last minute, because it needs to be said more than that. The second death I want to talk about is the death of one of my classmates in high school. Her name was Cassie Geary. I've talked about it like once or twice on PSC, but she died senior year. Was it like a week after New Year's? She was driving home from her boyfriend's house late at night, and she didn't wear her seatbelt. She flipped her car, and she died. It also hit our school pretty hard, just like CJ. I wasn't particularly close to her, but I had class with her, so it was rough, seeing the empty seat missing. Her parents started a campaign to get kids to wear their seatbelts. Well, anyone to wear their seatbelts. And it's called Click It for Cassie. As you can see, the address is www.clickitforcassie.com. These are bumper stickers, by the way. I have like 10 of them if anyone wants one. Or you can go to the website again and you can order them. They'll send them to you for free, so you don't have to pay. It's a great cause. The money they raise through, like, I think we have fashion shows and like sports games to raise money. There's a scholarship for her, for a senior girl who exemplifies all that she stood for. Basically what she for was peace. She had a giant peace sign tattooed on her back before it was cool, by the way. Before peace signs were cool. She loved animals. She loved people. She would always help others out. She wanted to be a social worker because she had seen an accident on the side of the road and she felt very compelled to help. And that's when she realized that she was sent on this earth to help other people. And I think she has, because I've told a lot of people about Cassie's story and they were very touched. And they told me the next time they got into their car they wore their seatbelt, which I thought was great. So I guess besides the fact that she wore her seatbelt, she also brought my school a lot closer, because there were the typical cliques. There was not as many in my school because it's small, but it's like the rich kids and the stoners and the smart kids and the dumbasses. So we all were really nice to each other. It was nice. Um, the third death I want to talk about is the death of my grandfather. Excuse me, he died last January. So January 2009. He was 74. He was my grandpa. So that's always hard. He also died of leukemia. He was admitted into the hospital on December 26th, the day after Christmas. I was out to dinner with my boyfriend when I got the call that he had a stroke because he had an allergic reaction to the chemo. So he was in the ICU for a really long time, for probably 3 weeks, before we decided to take him off life support. It was a very hard time for my family because me and my brother and my mom and my grandma all wanted to take him off life support as soon as we found out he wasn't going to make it, because why should my grandpa suffer? But my uncle had a really hard time dealing with it because he was kind of mean to him for the few years before he died. So he didn't want to see him go because he never reconciled with him. So we fought for a few days about it, but eventually we decided to let him go because we left it up to the majority of the family. It's just hard because I've lost two people in my life to leukemia, so I can see how dangerous of an illness it is, and I've been trying to work towards setting up fundraisers at our school to donate to places that research for cancer. My grandpa was a really big part of my life. He lived across the street from me ever since I was born. He helped raise me and my brother. And I went to Italy over the summer because he had a house there, and my mom and my uncle inherited it. So when I went, it was kind of touching to see all the things he had left behind there, and I got to meet his extended family, and they're all very nice. And I miss them. I wish I could see him again. So the reason that affected me was because I had never really lost anyone in my family up to that time, so it was kind of hard for me to deal with that. And yeah, I never want to go into a hospital again. I'm sick of hospitals. Oh my god. Well, those are the three people specifically I wanted to talk about, and I thought of one more thing while I was chit-chatting with myself on my webcam. A really tough time I went through was last year. I went away for college. I went to UConn. Oh, I still go to UConn. But, this UConn was 2 hours away from my house. And I am a total homebody, and I got homesick like no one's business. So I was very depressed for the semester I was there. And I eventually came home, and I still go to school, don't get me wrong. I go to a local branch of UConn, and I live at home. And I feel like it made me a stronger person because it helped me realize what exactly was important in my life, and family is one of them. And there was a lot of times where I had to deal with being alone. So I think the next time I try to start my own life alone, I'll be able to do it because I know what to expect now. That's really it. I feel like I don't really have anything to talk about because nothing really happens in my life. It's kind of boring. Can I think of any good things? Good things? No, not really. So I guess good things don't really happen to me either. Yeah, so that's all I have to say. I hope this one isn't as long as it was last week, because last week it was 16 minutes and I had to cut it down dramatically, and it was just bad. So I hope this one was entertaining for you guys, at least a little bit, and you guys kind of learned something about CJ and Cassie and my grandpa and myself. I will see you guys next Monday. I hope you have a great week, And stay safe. Wear your seatbelt. Click it for Cassie. Click it for Cassie. Okay, bye everyone.